We like to believe monsters are born, that some people just wake up evil one day, stretch, and decide to ruin humanity. But psychology tells a far more uncomfortable story. Most monsters are made, not by one big moment, but by thousands of small ones. Tonight, we're re-looking at 5 infamous serial killers, not to glorify them, but to understand one disturbing pattern they all share. And no, it wasn't bad luck, it was parenting. Let's begin. Edmund Kemper. Kemper didn't grow up in a horror movie. He grew up in a house where emotional damage was a full-time job. His mother constantly told him he was worthless, that he was ugly, that no woman would ever love him. Classic motivational parenting, just with trauma included. She locked him in the basement at night, not as punishment, but because she said she was afraid of him. Imagine being a child and hearing, "I'm scared of you," every day. Your brain doesn't hear, "I should improve." It hears, "I must be dangerous." Kemper started killing animals, then his grandparents, then women who reminded him of his mother, and finally, his mother herself. Psychologists later said something chilling. Kemper didn't hate women. He hated the voice in his head, and that voice sounded exactly like his mother. Jeffrey DeMarge. Jeffrey DeMarge's childhood trauma wasn't loud. It was quiet. No screaming every night, no constant beatings, just neglect. His parents fought constantly. Then left him alone in the house at 18. No goodbye, no support, just silence. That kind of loneliness does something strange to the brain. You stop fearing abandonment. You start trying to prevent it. Dahmer didn't want power. He wanted people who couldn't leave, which is a terrifying way for the human need for connection to mutate. The dark irony? All he wanted was closeness. But he was never taught how to keep someone without destroying them. John Wayne Gacy. John Wayne Gacy spent his childhood chasing one thing: approval. His father constantly insulted him, called him weak, worthless, a failure. No matter what Gacy did, it was never enough. So he learned a lesson early. Love must be earned. And when it isn't given, it must be taken. As an adult, Gacy became a successful man. Business owner, community figure. On the surface, underneath, a child still begging his father to say, "I'm proud of you." Except that voice never came, and the rage replaced it. Albert Fish's story is where things take a truly dark turn. At age 5, he was abandoned at an orphanage. There, he was beaten regularly, not disciplined. Beaten. His brain learned a dangerous equation early. Pain equals attention. Pain equals connection. So his mind rewired itself. Pain became pleasure. Psychologists call this conditioning. Your brain doesn't judge inputs, it adapts. Fish grew up believing suffering was normal, even necessary. And when pain becomes normal, empathy disappears. Henry Lee Lucas didn't just experience abuse, he experienced identity destruction. His mother dressed him as a girl, mocked him, beat him. She also sold him to clients. When a child learns their body as a product, they stop seeing themselves as human. Lucas grew up feeling used, disposable, and invisible. Violence became the only way he felt real, because pain again was the only language he learned. The psychological pattern, and here's the uncomfortable truth. None of these men were destined to become killers. But all of them shared the same early lesson. You are unwanted. You are unsafe. You are unloved. And when the human brain grows up in that environment, it adapts. Not always in healthy ways. This isn't an excuse, it's a warning. Most children who suffer abuse never become violent. But every violent person has a story that starts somewhere, usually at home. So the real mystery isn't why these men became monsters. It's how many warning signs were ignored before they did. Say trauma doesn't disappear, it transforms. And if ignored long enough, it can become something unrecognizable.